No real line, people walking in, coming out within 5 minutes. The mayor here earlier praising poll workers. So no major issues here in Washington Heights. In Brooklyn, it was a different story, though. Police milling around there, having to break up a situation.
Put you in the hospital. You were so quick to hide behind the police.
He is threatening physical violence.
As an official NYC election observer for Democracy NYC, Kathy Park Price witnessed this at MS 88 in South Slope, calling this textbook voter intimidation.
He's threatening physical violence. Is this okay?
The NYPD stepping in to keep the situation moving. In Washington Heights, spirited poll workers cheering every time a first-time voter cast their ballot. Mayor de Blasio clapping along after dropping off donuts at PS 173, greeting voters and poll workers. Telling me outside, early voting helped thin the crowds. Earlier this morning when polls opened, there were some delays. Do you know why that was happening?
We had some broken machines. We had some poll sites that opened late, although not too many.
We also had reports of connectivity issues causing a handful of the 1,201 polling sites to open late, leaving long lines of voters waiting outside first thing in the morning. From Icon Charter School in the Bronx,
6:20 a.m. We're still not being let in to vote.
Here's a look at the voter breakdown in New York City. So far, 1.1 million votes were cast for early voting in person last week. About the same number of absentee ballots were sent across the 5 boroughs. That's out of 5.3 million registered voters. Despite those numbers, the mayor making clear he wants changes at the Board of Elections.
Bottom line is, I want to tell you the difference between the poll workers, who I think are doing amazing work, versus the Board of Elections, which I still don't think is the right structure for what we need.
A New York law even the mayor didn't know about is being exercised today. People casting a ballot in person, even though they've already sent in an absentee ballot, which aren't counted until the polls close. The Board of Elections will void those absentee ballots, only counting the in-person vote. And just in this evening, Attorney General Letitia James is investigating allegations of robocalls to voters, spreading disinformation and telling people to stay home this election day. And we want you to know your rights as a voter. If you are standing in line after the polls close here in New York City at 9 p.m., you will still be allowed to go inside and cast your vote. In Washington Heights, Kalorama, Pix 11 News.